I've been using the iPhone 17 since it came out and I've been having a lot of fun with it. All of the equipment I've been using, which I'm going to show you in this video, has been very helpful. I do have some problems with my media because it's not fast enough, therefore I've got some drop frames, but I still want to show you what I've created using the iPhone.
How does one expect freedom when one doesn't have a free dome? We exchange our time to work in the weekdays, bargaining for a deal where they give us the weekend, where the weekend, where our minds are weekend. How does one expect freedom when one doesn't have a free dome? Crumble to the pressure. However, pressure can create diamonds or burst pipes. Got our signature on the dotted line, black and white, type or write. However, I'm God's creature. I can never sign away my nature. How does one expect freedom without a free dome? Emancipation causing fear. How so when liberation is near? Free dome, I need both. Clothed in God's trust. Why? Because I am a man who had the same trust like Abraham in God's plan. How does one expect freedom without having a free dome? Is the dome free? Evil flee as a V for appointed, connected, jointed. But darkness ignites the light in the eyes to see. I guess nobody is free until everybody is free.
So I shot most of that in ProRes RAW and ProRes 422 HQ, and although I did get some drop frames, I still loved the way the colours came out. It was so easy to grade and to push around to get the kind of weird colours that I like to get. But I also want to show you some footage that I shot in Anamorphic.
You've been compromised. They'll be here any second. You know what this means?
Take the hemlock. How long do I have until I shut down?
3 minutes. Do not let them secure the document.
Okay.
Police! Hands up!
Although YouTube does compress darker videos, I'm still really impressed with what you're able to capture on a phone nowadays. But first we're going to need to rig this out to make it ready for cinema. So the first thing we're going to use is this Smallrig iPhone cage kit, and it is one of the most essential parts of rigging out a mobile phone. There's a lot of parts that come with this kit, but we're going to look at these individually, and first the cases. First of all, let's look at the full case, because this is just a normal case, but it also has a kickstand, so if you're not using it as a phone rig, you can also use it to watch videos. The second one is a bit more lightweight, and this is what I suspect most people will use for day to day. Both cases come with the metal mount, and this allows you to attach the Smallrig plates for different accessory lenses. And also, you can get the ND filter magnetic plate. The main cage is a solid piece of aluminium with lots of different mounting points, quarter 20s, cold shoe mounts, buttons and locks. And then we have the mobile filmmaking handles, which feel great in the hand. I was a bit surprised how small they were, but they do feel great. One side has a Bluetooth remote on top, which is removable, so you can take this off and trigger record to your mobile phone. And on the bottom you have a handy little compartment for Allen keys. The second handle is pretty much the same, but it has a removable soft grip, and both grips, when you remove the soft part, has a cold shoe. The magnetic VND mount is made of metal and is of very good quality, and this also slides into the mounts on the case. Very easy to do, and this is going to be great for stealth filmmaking. The VND I was sent is a 6-to-9 stop, that's ND64 to ND400. Fully magnetic and lovely quality glass here. and that simply pops onto the back via magnets. Now we're going to build out the full rig using the full case. So first we're just going to pop this in, then we're going to attach the main outer cage. To do that, we're just going to push this unlock key and then slide the phone in from the top and then push it in at the bottom and then press in the lock mount there. Then we can attach the handles, which are quick release and rotatable. These just snap into the dedicated spot, and you can do this vertically or horizontally. The handles are also rotating, so you can turn them to be used as a top handle, which is great if you're getting low level shots. But we're going to use it in a horizontal rig today. Then I'm going to attach a plate that takes most brands of mobile phone lenses. This one is not proprietary, unlike the other one with the T-shaped bar. In my video, I used this £25 Anamorphic adapter 1.5 times, and you saw this in my Sony Viltrox video. And it fits on the Smallrig perfectly. Then we need to add some hard drive space. Now I've just got this hard drive lying around. It's not perfect for the iPhone, but it will work. So I had to jerry rig a little mount, otherwise it would clash with the Anamorphic lens. And there we have it, a nice full Anamorphic set that can record ProRes RAW. Then we're going to add audio, and for this I'm using Smallrig Ultra because I can record it up to 32-bit float. I also needed to print myself a spacer because I'm going to be connecting this via USB-C. The spacer will support the receiver, otherwise it will wiggle about a bit. Then I'll just connect the USB-Cs into the back of the Smallrig Ultra receiver and then connect it directly to the cage. I'm also going to add a small little Arca Swiss tripod plate, and this means I can mount my iPhone to a small handy tripod. And the set is complete. Ready to record ProRes RAW in Anamorphic. The gimbal I'm using is the Feiyutech Scorp Mini 3 Pro. It can work with small cameras, action cameras, mobile phones, anything that you want really, as long as it's not over 2 kg. The gimbal has all the things that you would expect on a normal gimbal, like a control wheel, a lock button, customizable function buttons, but this one has a rotatable mount for the phone. It also has AI tracking, but one of my favourite things is the fan that's on the back, which keeps the phone cool whilst doing long recordings. And let's not forget the removable handle, an incredible feature. Now with this handle I can control the gimbal as normal, as anybody would with a normal handle. But when I remove the handle, I can also use this as a remote control. Full control over the gimbal, whether I want to do the touchscreen or using the joystick button, and I can control it any way I want. I can also trigger record from the handle as well. This is amazing. If you're a person that shoots reels, rotating the mount is fantastic, and still having that control, it just makes things so much easier when you've got this amount of control and adaptability in one device. The battery life will run you about 12 hours, so it can last you all day. Absolutely fantastic. The gimbal can be used with small cameras up to about 2 kg, so with most smaller cameras you'll be alright. The fan, as I said before, is one of my favourite things, being able to cool the phone whilst recording, and the fan gets its power from the gimbal, so you don't have to worry about any external power at all. Inside the case we get a range of accessories that will help you in your filmmaking journey. We've got the mounts to use small mirrorless cameras, we have the cables for camera control and charging, a handy little light that can be put on top of the gimbal or on the sides for low light shooting, and the magic arm to help you mount that light. Incredible piece of kit, and the price is actually very affordable for this. Another of my favourite things about this gimbal is that we don't need to use any phone or any apps to program certain moves, so I can just use the touchscreen and then I can program as many moves as I like. That allows me to get different kind of shots just by moving the gimbal and not using the joystick. The AI tracking module is something else that will aid me, because just by doing some gestures you can get the camera to record and follow you around, and I think this is going to be valuable for people who do iPhone filmmaking. One of the main things when shooting yourself with a mobile phone is that you can't see yourself with the main cameras. So this is where the Smallrig monitor comes in. This monitor is extremely small, just a small thing that you can carry in your pocket which doesn't require much fuss at all. And it also comes with this Bluetooth remote trigger as well. On the back you'll see the MagSafe so it can stick to your phone. And it's as easy as just slapping it right on the back, just like that. You have a power button on the side and a USB-C for charging, and you can brighten or dim the screen. Connecting it to a phone is very easy. I'm going to go straight into the Wi-Fi here, and you can see it actually already connected, but let's do it again just for the sake of the video. So we'll find the Smallrig monitor. You see it's connected right there. Then we'll just turn on screen mirroring, and it's found the monitor straight away, and now we're ready to go. Now there is a little bit of lag in this monitor which we could expect over Wi-Fi. It gets better the lower the frame rate you have. So if you're shooting at around 24 frames per second, the lag is much better. But going up to 30, 50, you're going to notice that lag. But for shooting yourself and for composition, this is exactly what you need. It's not meant to be anything special or high quality crazy. It's just meant to help you to focus on yourself. In the Dance Like David video, you would have seen some really close-up shots, and all of these shots were made possible by an apexel lens. Now this is a 10x zoom lens which you screw or clamp to the back of your iPhone, and it allows you to get tighter shots with really nice bokeh, so that's something that you might want to consider when shooting on an iPhone. The lens comes in this nice little carry case and it has a few different accessories in there. We have a step-up ring so you can attach ND filters. And a macro ring so you can get really close in on objects. You can even use this as a viewfinder type telescope. It's easy to screw onto the clamp and then attach it to your phone. For me, I screwed it onto the back of the iPhone Smallrig Cage. It doesn't fit 100% but fits well enough that it stays on. For a lens that only costs £70, it's not the sharpest lens in the world, but you can get some really nice characterful looks from this lens. I will leave the link in the description down below. And all of this equipment that you've seen used in this video, I'll be carrying this over to my new channel. So thanks for watching guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.